This project, this one's called the Polygonal Animal Portrait. And so all you're really going to do is you're going to use the pen tool to create different polygons. Polygons are geometric shapes that are sharp cornered, mostly triangles and kind of oddity shapes like that, okay? No circles, no curves. So you can do something that's more realistic in color if you would like to, or you can do something that's a little more fun. You notice that, depending on what you do, like this one doesn't have any space between the shapes, and so each one has to kind of be a different color, otherwise they'll blend together. This one has some space in between, and then you can kind of play with the colors that you want to use. Same with this one, same with this one. Okay, so the nice part about this is even if you can't or don't believe you can draw, you're actually going to be able to create something that's kind of cool. All right, so once again, I'm going to go into Illustrator. I'm going to hit Open, go into your folder, click on Animal Portrait, and in here will be another file. Okay, that says Shapes here and Image here. So we're going to simplify the process. I'm going to put the image here layer highlighted. I'm simply going to go into Google and I'm going to search for, I don't know, dog. Okay. And remember, you want to go to Tools, Size, and Large. The reason you do that is the better, high resolution, a little easier it is going to be for you to work on it. Okay. So this one is kind of fun. So I'm going to click on that. I don't want the thumbnail. I want this. And I'm going to drag and drop this right into Illustrator. Now it looks like nothing happened until I click on Illustrator. All right, and then I've got a giant dog image. I'm going to hit Command minus to zoom out. All right, notice how huge it is. And I'm going to hold the Shift key, and all I want in there is the dog's face. I don't need the red part. Okay, and I've got that on my image here layer. Now I'm going to check that. Okay, now I'm going to shapes. Now this is where it gets pretty simple. Okay, I'm going to take my pen tool, and if you don't remember the pen tool, okay, I'm going to change the stroke here so it's black. Okay, is just click, 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 and click. We don't have to worry about curves. We can just connect. Now, this is a line. We need shape. So I can go like this, and then I can do it in shape. If you don't like it as you're doing it, and it kind of turns into you'd rather have lines, you can actually, in the middle of using the pen tool, you can hover over and swap out to lines. But eventually, you are going to need to fill it. So I think it kind of makes more sense to work with it in a fill format. All right. But basically, you pick where you want to start. So I'll start with the ear. I grab my pen tool, all right, and all I'm going to do is begin by creating some shapes. You got to complete your shape. If you don't complete your shape, it'll be a problem. Now you'll notice as I get closer, it kind of turns into a minus. And what happens is if I click on that, I'm actually going to eliminate the shape. So you want to make sure you kind of zoom in a little bit and get right up next to it. Not so it connects. See how it wants to connect? And if that really starts to bother you, you can go up to View, and you can turn off your smart guides, and then it won't do that as quickly. All right, so same thing. I'm just going to create a triangle here. I might make a little triangular shape here. I'm going to do something a little funky. I'm going to kind of just stretch this out a little bit. Then I'm going to fill this. Did the same thing. I'm going to fill this space here with this, and I'm going to drop this kind of down like that, and sort of over here. Okay. And you're just going to kind of go around and trace the shape of the animal. Don't leave too much space in between the shapes. That tends to leave too much blank space, and you kind of lose the actual view of the animal that you're doing. But you can kind of create some really interesting shapes that'll sort of trace out the shape of the animal. And just like we did before, we can kind of, remember that's Command 0, full screen. I can click on the eyeball, and I can start to get the shape of my creature. Right, my animal. And these end up looking really, really cool. I always really enjoy these. Remember that as you get started, it's best to go through and go to File and Save As, and basically just put your name right in front, okay? And then save it to your Exploratory folder. And then again, when you're done with that, you're going to upload that to Google Classroom. All right, this one's pretty simple, but it is a lot of fun. So you'll be working on these two projects. All right?